Well, hello, my beautiful Aquarians. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your monthly reading for July 2023. I've already cleansed your space and I've meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about to pretend to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings. I do not take your money, e-gifts, donations. I'm not on Facebook, WhatsApp, PayPal, Telegram, or Patreon. I will never ask you for your credit card details. I will never ask for personal details. And I'll also never give you a cell phone number to call. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful. There's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Aquarians, this is your monthly reading for July. I'm going to get all of your cards first before I connect to an outcome. Now, also, I'm just being distracted in the water right now. That's why I nearly knocked the crystal off the deck. They're showing me what looks like ornaments, some sort of baubles. You know, like hanging from something. I can't see what they're hanging from, but it's almost like there's a little string attached to it, and like it's globular. It's a round object, like a little ball. So either you're decorating something right now, or you're preparing for something. There could even indicate celebration or some sort of feast day, something that you're preparing for right now. I can't really decode the energy. All I'm being shown right now is just the image of these objects. I mean, you may see them in the next couple of weeks, perhaps some baubles hanging from something. I mean, if I was to describe it, it looks like a celebratory tree or something. I can't see what they're hanging from, to be honest, but all I can see are the baubles themselves. So, yeah, please take it as it resonates. It could be that you're literally decorating something as you're listening to this reading, preparing for some sort of celebration. So I'll just leave it there because I can't really get a grasp on what the energy is. I'll always be honest and say, you know what, I can't pinpoint it, so therefore I'm not going to guess at it. I'm not going to give you something that's not there. I'll always be honest and say I can't quite get it, but I'll give you the image because it may be relevant to you in some way. Now, you'll be pleased to know that this month it is a calmer time for planetary alignments, which gives us all an opportunity to breathe, slow down, and focus on you, your home life, your family, and your soul tribe, and really take time to reevaluate. July is a month of detoxing any part of your life that you feel has become overwhelming or toxic. So for example, if you found yourself a little bit more negative than usual recently, then this month is an opportunity to dig deeper, really discover the trigger in order to dissect it, dissolve it so it no longer has power over you. Or if you tend to be someone who takes on more than you should in your schedule and you find yourself burnt out, resentful, it's an opportunity to really take your power back and find yourself connecting to things that make you feel happy and fulfilled. Now, you know, mostly people tend to take a vacation around about July. So it really is about slowing down the pace in order to take stock of your situation. We've got the Chariot card there, we've got the Pope, which is the Hierophant, and we've got the Fool card. So some of you may be taking a bit of a quick getaway or a vacation during this time. That's why I was picking up that energy. You've got the Chariot, which means to travel. Or is some sort of movement in your life, which gives you an opportunity to process things and really kind of orchestrate is the word I'm being given, orchestrate a new start or a restart of something in your life. It could be kickstarting a diet that perhaps you're on that you've fallen off the wagon, or perhaps it's a goal that you have lapsed on. I definitely see you restructuring and getting back to best this month. Also, I just want you to be aware that there is going to be a clash between Uranus and Venus this month, which can cause you to feel a little bit disconnected right at the end of the month. But it does give you an opportunity to really pause, reflect, and tweak your plans or reevaluate your circumstances just to make sure that they are perfect before you proceed. Now, we do have the wonderful buck moon, and it occurs on the 3rd of July. It's occurring in the sign of Capricorn, so it signifies the peak of the year. It's in Cancerian season, but the moon itself is actually in the sign of Capricorn. So it is a prime time for manifestation, abundance, building upon whatever it is you've been structuring in your life so far, and recharging your batteries and gathering strength. Also, it opens you up to new ways of living, or new approaches to routines that have already been set in your life, or you know, repetitive cycles, perhaps giving them a fresh new perspective so that it keeps things moving smoothly in your life. Now, that Cancerian energy, because we are in Cancerian season, gives you an opportunity to tap into your intuition, develop your spiritual gifts, have more empathy and compassion for yourself, whilst at the same time the Capricorn energy from that supermoon, because it is a supermoon, you'll feel it more than any other energy moon. That Capricorn energy influences you to focus on your finances, your plans, and really get busy being very productive on making things happen in your life, okay? Now, for you in particular, my beautiful Aquarians, your 12th house is influencing you, and that is the most sensitive part of your chart, okay? How would you like to receive? Okay. They want those 2 cards in that position. Now, your 12th house is really about identifying and overcoming fears, connecting to a deeper level of self, your inner voice and your intuition, really focusing on your goals and dreams and how to achieve them. You may actually withdraw at the end of the month as well in order to focus on projects without distraction. And there will also be an energy of success surrounding you during this time, but I feel you're really connecting to things that really make you feel emotionally fulfilled. So it's not all about finances, whilst finances, of course, are important, but I really feel you're connecting more to things that resonate with your heart. Now, your 6th house takes over from that mid-month, and that's really about repetitive routines and cycles, like your work, if you're in a career, or if you're not, you know, if you're retired, for example, just the things that you do day to day, paying your bills, for example, repayment plans, looking at your pension goals, and your everyday schedule, duties, responsibilities. Also, health will be starred this month as well. So you may feel like nothing is happening at the end of the month, because the 6th house is really about, you know, what you normally do, the tasks that you complete every day, getting up in the morning, doing what you do, come home at night, checking in with your family. So it may feel like nothing is happening per se, but actually it's really important, the 6th house, because it keeps your life running smoothly. So remember that. I feel like you'll be connecting to your responsibilities, and any goals that you have, you're going to be achieving those goals and feel really proud of yourself long term. Now, with the Chariot card here, this is about you connecting to a goal, feeling composed, ready for action, dedicated to something, committing your energy, and moving forward, making progress in some area of your life. I do feel that you're leveling up in your confidence. With the Hangman in this position, and the 2 of Swords and the 7 of Pentacles here, it tells me that some of you may be learning off-grid about something, maybe to put into practice later on in July. It could be that you're, you know, gaining new knowledge or upskilling in some area of your life, or learning a new craft that you are building for the future to set up either an entrepreneurship or a new idea, a new project. Something's bubbling up for you, and I feel July is a really great month to gather that inspiration. The Chariot card literally means action and change, and that you're focused on your journey. You may be looking at where you've come from, who you are right now, and what you have in the present, and what you desire for the future and how to get there, okay? I would also say, and I hate giving this message, but if you have a car, okay, there may be something that perhaps you'll have to pay out on this month, which it's not a surprise. I feel it's something that perhaps you've known in the back of your mind may need fixing if you have a car. You may take it to the garage and it may be a little bit more than you expected. I want you to be aware of that. You're going from the Seven of Pentacles to the Five of Pentacles, so it means, you know, some sort of extra payment this month or a bill, and I'm feeling the energy it's connected to a car. You know, I hate that message myself. Nobody likes that, but I'm definitely picking up. What they are indicating though is your finances will be rejuvenated. So, you know, it's not really a loss, it's an investment, and for the long term. And even though cars like depreciate and things like that, I really feel it's an investment for yourself to get to where you need to go, and you will replenish your funds moving forward, okay? But the Chariot card on a personal level is really about your motivation. Some of you may have felt burnt out or a little bit lost recently. With the Hangman in your resistance position, some of you may have been sacrificing a lot of your time, your energy, and your mental capacity, thinking things through, trying to put things in order, trying to get organized, and it just feels monotonous, and it feels like you're like on autopilot right now, and you may feel a little bit in limbo. So this month sees you gathering more vitality, more spirit, more passion for whatever it is that you do or want to connect to. And suddenly you're in a mode of doing. So I definitely see that you're going places. Some of you may even feel like you need a break or some sort of getaway this month to recharge your batteries, especially since your Two of Wands there is about a pause. But I really feel during this pause, you're not being idle. I feel any break that you're taking, you're still mulling things over. You're looking at your expectations, you're looking at your projects or the things that you are yearning for, and you have an appetite to change your life in some sort of way, and you've got a plan, and you're getting busy activating that plan and making it happen. The Chariot card is about making progress, as I said, but it's also about success that is due to your discipline and your focus. So wherever your focus, your attention, and your willpower go, that is where you will be very, very successful. And some of you are trying to no, that's not the right word I want, but they're giving me the word implicate. It's just out of the blue. They're showing it to me in the water. I'm scrying at the same time as doing your reading. So either you're reading a passage of text, someone out there is reading a passage of text and has just read the word implicate. I'm just going to pull a card on that because it's so random. It means nothing to this reading or the energy right now. And it's not something I stumbled upon. It's something I'm seeing in the water. So I just want to find what that's about. Can you please implicate? Okay. Now I see that you're trying to be self-sufficient and something's making you feel a little bit stuck. You may be feeling a little bit uncertain. I still don't know how that resonates with the word implicate. It could be that you feel someone connected to you in some way has tried to derail you or has said something to you that has caused you doubt. Like, for example, if you're reaching for a high goal or a dream that you want to accomplish and someone has turned to you and said, you can't do that, no one does that, or, you know, stay in your lane, that's not possible. Just because it's not possible for them or that they have tried and failed in the past, they're just trying to almost like let you know that it wasn't possible for them. That doesn't mean it's not possible for you. I really feel that you're in an energy of I'm possible. You're changing that word impossible around to make it I'm possible. Whatever it is you're connecting to, you're focused and you're going to celebrate a win. Okay, so I'm really not sure, again, how that connects to the word implicate, but I'm going to leave that there because it's obviously very precise for someone out there. But you're building a life of luxury, okay? With the Nine of Pentacles, it tends to mean that you're being very shrewd with your finances and that I feel like you're building self-sufficiency or sustainability in your life in order to make sure that you're never stuck or that you're on a solid financial ground where you can have self-control. And I feel like you're doing this all by yourself, okay? So I feel you're focused on completing the task at hand or the work that you have ongoing, and you're sticking to your program. You're trusting that the plan is unfolding before you. With the Eight of Swords, it can tell me that some of you feel there are limitations or you've been feeling a little bit of a lethargy right now, and that time away in nature or having a quick trip somewhere is really a breath of fresh air for your soul, and gives you an opportunity to really organize your thoughts and focus on where you want to go next, or the changes that you want to make long term. But the Chariot card tells me that you'll be successful and triumphant, and there's a lot of movement this month. With the Two of Wands there, it does indicate that you're creative planning for the future. You're mapping your progress so far, and you're trusting in the unknown, but you're also trusting in your own movements. You're actually having confidence in the intuition that you have, the thoughts that you have, and the steps that you're taking. With the Two of Wands, it tells me that you're deeply in the process of envisaging something new, okay, especially since you've got the Fool card there. So it can be that you're trying to bring a little bit more fun into your life, or new experiences, new adventures, maybe even new people, or you have a new idea that you really want to activate in some way, and you're just waiting for the right moment. But the Two of Wands is also a cautionary energy. There's a big old wide world out there that needs exploring. So it's wonderful to have that ambition, because the Chariot card and the Two of Wands are cards of ambition and taking a leap of faith to activate whatever it is that you want to achieve. And you'll know when the moment is right, but don't wait too long, because you don't want to miss opportunity. Also, with the Two of Wands, I really feel that there's an energy here of the universe aligning you to bring you what you need for the perfect situation for you, and that your passion will actually attract really good things into your life. So whatever plans you have, you're putting them in motion this month, and they're going to make you feel very happy and fulfilled. Now, we do have the Two of Cups here. So for some of you, you may be desiring love or an attraction, or you actually are trying to put yourself in a situation to meet love. You've got double two to start. So two is really connected to union or attractions or contracts, things that are binding, things that you're trying to manifest into your life. And if you are waiting for love, for example, there is a potential to really meet someone new. I don't feel like you're waiting for love like you're darning your socks by candlelight, waiting for love to like smash through the window. What I feel here is that you are waiting for divine intervention, for the universe to orchestrate a meeting between you and someone new. So if you are hoping to find love, I feel there's a real potential for you to meet someone somewhere where you travel, or where you have a new experience. I mean, it could be an invitation to something new that you've never experienced before. For example, if you've never been to someone's wedding before and you get an invitation to that, or you're deciding to go on a trek, or a yoga retreat, or some spiritual retreat here, because I see with the Hierophant there's a potential for you to really like step away and pause, get into nature, and reflect. Because all your cards at the beginning of the month are about pausing and really slowing down your pace a little bit, even though you want to go a little bit faster. Okay, so I feel to some degree some of you are feeling a little bit burnt out, but you may have to make some major decision about the course or your direction this month, and you want to just slow down in order to really check in with your gut instinct and with your heart, as well as using logic in order to make a decision. Now, at grassroots, the Two of Cups is all about the law of attraction. This reading is not meant to be about love per se. It's about the energies that are showing up for you in the month. Now, the Two of Cups is really about you vibing at a frequency in your heart to attract what you truly desire, or what is meant for you. And I feel that you will celebrate the things that come into your life in the month of July. Two of Cups is really, a proposal almost to the universe, like, dear universe, I'm working really hard towards this. Can you match the frequency of what I desire and send me what I yearn for, or what I'm working hard towards? And I really feel there's an agreement between you and the universe this month, where you're actually going to attract what you've been planning, or you'll start to see things that you've set in motion really come to fruition, and there is reward there as well. For some of you, you may already be in a partnership, and you've been waiting for the right moment to pop the question, or your person has, and you may actually be surprised this month that your person asks you to marry them. But if you've already been engaged, some of you may have actually planned to get married this month, and you may be traveling for that. So congratulations either way. And if someone is popping the question to you, please act surprised. There's nothing worse than you'd be like, oh, I knew that was going to happen. But anyway, Two of Cups, this is really a sign of balance, you know, harmonious energy. And for some of you, I feel if you are looking for a new opportunity in your career or business, there's definitely a contract available to you that will be binding, where you can be satisfied that you're connecting to the right working environment for you, and you get to staircase. However, okay, what I see here is that some of you, there may be two opportunities here, and you may actually almost like test drive one of them, and it just feels like it's not right for you instantly. And you may decide to leave that position for something else. Okay, so I feel your expectations in the first position do not get met, but you're in control of this. I feel like you get to decide to leave or stay. That's your desire. So I want you to be aware you're in control this month. Now, in terms of spending, I definitely see that you're keeping a tight rein on your finances. And with the Two of Cups, it does mean that you are checking in with reciprocity, okay? Checking the exchange of the efforts that you put into life in general, whether that's all your hard work, your attention, and your time, and whether you're benefiting from it financially as well as emotionally. Same with relationships, friendships. Some of you may be focusing on all that you do for your nearest and dearest. And of course, you don't do stuff to get energy back or to do stuff, you know, get people to do stuff back for you. But if you find that you're always that person who is there for somebody, and when you need them the most, and you tend to not reach out when you need help, but when you need them the most and they're not there for you, you may be starting to see a pattern where you are out of balance with that person and that they are being a little bit selfish. So you may try to readdress the balance before you take a step back from that person. If you're in a business partnership with somebody, I feel you're checking in with if they're on the same page as you, if they're pulling their weight, and if you may think about going in a different direction, because I feel some of you may be looking at whether it's worth it to be in a partnership or whether you should start something new. And if you feel like the business partnership is not working, I definitely see that you may end that contract, or you may feel like they're not pulling their weight, there's a deficiency in some area, and you long for a new start because you may be struggling with that partnership. And I see you leaving for something new and really taking back the power to be in a position of leadership. So if you are in a career, I definitely see, if you're working in an office, for example, I see an opportunity to staircase. There's a promotion available right at the end of the month for you, which brings more responsibility into your life. But at the same time, I feel I'm going to have to pull a card on it, because I feel at first it's a little bit like either the same money that you're used to or a little bit less money that you're used to, but you love what you do. And in the future, in the coming months and coming years, you will staircase financially and there will be a lot more money on offer for you. But I just want to double check that for you. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Aquarians? What do they need to know? Can you please guide them for their highest good? What are they meant to be aware of for their highest good? The Judgment card and the King of Pentacles. Yeah. So you will staircase financially, but it's more about your calling. Okay. So you'll judge whether it's the right money for you. Ultimately, you are attracting like the highest finances, but you may start off with a little and staircase. Also, some of you actually may be returning to work after like a honeymoon or a period of maternity or paternity. So some of you may also be returning from work, returning to work after a period of being out of work. So if you're looking for an opportunity and you've been looking, hectically for months for something and nothing's been there, or even years, if you haven't found the right opportunity, July, especially the end of July, it is an incredible month for opportunity for you, and something that you love will be coming in, and it's very rewarding. You're attracting more wealth at this time, and you have an ability to attract abundance in the month of July because you're really good at what you do. You're very talented, you're very competent, and you're manifesting to the highest good at the moment as well. And you've also got a grounded plan, which is important too. The Judgment card also tells me that you're thinking more about your life purpose this month. You're connecting to your true calling, and you're weighing up some options. You have to make a decision about which direction to go in. But in order to do that, you're going to have to leave something behind. And I feel this month is you really looking at things that you're cutting out of your life, or that you're leading, you're leading like forward, you're moving forward, not backwards, and you're actually thinking about things that you're going to leave behind, whether that's you're leaving a current working position in order to embrace a new position that's more rewarding, or it could be you're leaving a neighborhood in order to move somewhere new, relocate, or even a country. I definitely get a sense of movement. You're on the move and you're listening to your intuition. It's calling to you to make the changes that are necessary. Now, for some of you, it could be that you're connecting to the right things for you, like healthy food substances, exercise routines, sleeping patterns, and you may be cutting out things that make you feel lethargy or low energy or give you intense highs, then crashing lows. I really get a sense here that you're trying to find that level of balance in all areas of your life. And I feel part of you is starting with you. You're starting with food or the way that you implement self-care routines and healthier boundaries. I feel like you're definitely managing your stress levels this month and really trying to find more peace of mind. But ultimately, I see you're trying to find a little bit more spontaneity into your world, a little bit more fun, a little bit more excitement, and you want to bring new experiences in. So some of you may either put yourself on a course of learning, you may be taking a class, or whether it's online or in person. I feel some of you are desiring to learn new things, you know, have new knowledge, or learn a new craft. It could be a hobby, it could be something to do with work, or it could be something that you've always wanted to do or used to do and used to enjoy it, and you're rediscovering it. And it will bring a lot more exciting energy into your world, new people, new experiences, and at the same time, you're making progress or developing skill sets that you've always had and gifts that you've always naturally had. Now, with the Hierophant in this position, it tells me there's some element of rebellion here. You want to kick back against the status quo, or it could be that you want to kick back against the, you know, the norm. You may find that you're in a repetitive routine or cycle, and part of you just wants to shake things up a little bit because you feel things have got a little bit dull or a little bit boring. And it just feels like you're a little bit in limbo right now with the Hangman covering this card, because getting the Hierophant card in this position, it's like I got it in the reverse for you, which can mean that you just don't want to, you know, adhere to other people's expectations. You're living life on your own terms. You're not a people pleaser, and you're yearning for a level of independence in your life. So whether that's, you know, perhaps you have like a family who really care about you, but they over care and they're a little bit overbearing, and they try to like, tell you what they think is best for you. Or it could even be like you're being micromanaged at work, and a boss or somebody in your working environment is a little bit overbearing, and you're kind of like, you know what, enough already. I've got this, you know, I'm very independent, I'm self-sufficient, I've got the skills, I know what I'm doing, I know what I'm about. I feel like you're kicking back a little bit. You may have kind of like not suffered in silence. You may have like noticed it and thought, oh, it's really getting on my nerves. It's making me feel a little bit anxious. But at the same time this month, I feel like you're exerting a boundary, not in a like a rude way. I feel like you're being very diplomatic to say, look, I've got this. This is my life. These are my choices. I've got these skills. So I'm implementing the skill set that I've got. Back off or hire someone else. Or, you know, maybe to your family, you're like, you know what? I love that you care so much about me, and it just warms my heart that I have such an incredible support network. But sometimes I gotta, you know, go off on my own and do my own thing. And, you know, people don't learn unless they go off and do their own thing. So I really feel you're finding a way this month to really, you know, establish boundaries and, you know, exert your level of power this month too. Now, if you are in the career environment, I definitely see that people in positions of power are noticing you and they want to elevate you. So I do feel a boss or someone in the company that you work for will tap you for either a raise, some sort of new income, or even a promotion itself, a new position. As I said, it will come with more responsibility and a little bit more work, especially paperwork is what they're showing me. They're showing me lots of paperwork, books, contracts. So it could be that something you're studying for because there's books there in that. Or maybe it's something that you have to continuously study for. Like, for example, like if you're in a position connected to IT or anything technological, things are always evolving. So you always have to be ahead of the game. You always have to keep researching things in order to remain relevant and up to date. So it could be something that you're doing, or it could be something that you're connecting to on a scholarly level, as in you're going back to college. I really feel that you're leveling up this month. In terms of personal development, I see you connecting more to spiritual practices, mindfulness, trying to find time for you, or time for a pause where you can get a little bit of peace and quiet, whether that's connecting with nature, whether it's taking yourself away to a spiritual retreat, or perhaps some of you have been looking up spiritual retreats, or even spiritual groups in your neighborhood where you can connect to people who are like-minded, where you can actually evolve and grow in a healthy manner as well. But ultimately, I definitely see some of you taking a bit of a pause to learn new things about yourself and rediscover a part of yourself that perhaps you felt you've been neglecting for a while, or perhaps you've become distant from. There may be an aspect of yourself that you really enjoyed being, because we evolve all the time, and parts of ourselves come to an end in some way, and you may be yearning to return to that person. So for example, if when you were younger you were full of like the beans of life and excited and confident about your choices and really vocal about what you want, and then life happened and some experiences knocked you down or knocked your confidence and made you feel quieter, smaller, and less willing to like fight for the things that perhaps you want. I feel some of you are actually, well, majority of you, if you're feeling like that, I feel like you're rediscovering that part of yourself, you're establishing those boundaries, and you're finding your voice, and you're definitely becoming back to best is what I see here. Now with the Hangman in this position, you're sacrificing a lot of your time and your energy in planning mode for something. Now this could be that you're planning for the future. Okay. Thank you so much. I'm truly grateful. Now they're actually giving me in the water a do not disturb sign. Okay, so some of you may be thinking about going off grid just to make sure that you're not derailed or derailed from your path or disturbed in any way. You may be working on something in silence, or you desire privacy this month on something. Because the Hangman, the Hierophant, and the Two of Swords is kind of like, almost like feeling like you need to take a step back to make a decision on something, or you're working things out mentally and you just need some time. I just get this sense of you just need some time to really get focused on what it is you truly deserve and desire. There's an energy here of meditating on something, or there may be a mediation that you're going through, perhaps a discussion with HR or even a counselor, something where you're trying to find balance and adapt or be flexible to a situation that perhaps you feel has become a little bit stagnant or stalemate. With the Hangman in this position, it also tells me about indecision. So if you feel that there's been a delay in some area of your life and it's made you feel a little bit indecisive because you feel perhaps you're not on the right path, the Two of Wands tells me that you are on the right path, but you need to perhaps find a new approach to a situation in order to work smarter, not harder. For example, if you are campaigning for something that really means something to you and you've not gotten anywhere for a while, maybe if they say, email this place or call this number or write this petition, whatever it is, you may find an alternative way or an alternative contact to escalate your concerns, and then you're listened to. So I just get a sense of you finding a new way to approach something that actually aids you long term. But with the Hangman in this position, it also indicates kick back, relax, you've got this. So if you're stressing about anything or you're trying to find a new perspective on something, take the time that you need. You will know intuitively when it's the right time to act on something. Now we've got that Two of Swords. The Two of Swords tells me that perhaps you're trying to do something new, either something that you or your family have never done before, discover new lands, or even discover new, areas within your neighborhood. Some of you are having to make a major decision in your life, and you just need some time to work it through mentally. When the Two of Swords shows up, some of you may have been feeling a little bit stuck, as I said, or in limbo, or something is stagnant in your world and you desire a change, and you're working out what's the best change for you that will help you long term. Some of you may have felt that you feel a little bit helpless in your circumstances to change your situation because of, you know, rules, regulations, restrictions, or just the way that the world has been structured in some way. Thanks so much. I'm truly grateful. They're showing me something that is like, it's just blown my mind, actually. In the water, they're showing me, and I have seen this before, okay? I've seen this like on a reel on social media before, like months and months and months ago, but they're actually showing it to me in the water right now. They want me to remember this to give it to you. And it's an image of a glass jar with fleas in it. Fleas, yes, I said fleas. Fleas in it, and they're jumping, okay? And they're jumping. Fleas can jump really high, like super high. I think, don't quote me on this, but I think they can jump like, you know, the full size of a person. But they're actually in this glass jar with a lid on it. So they're jumping. I think the experiment shows the fleas jumping before, how high they jump. And then they're put in a glass jar with a lid on it, say it's about that big. And then they're jumping that big. And then after a certain period of time, the lid has been taken off and they continue to only jump at that small level because they've been conditioned to learn that that is their boundary, that is their limit, and they need to stay in their lane. And I feel life in general has set us all up that way, where it shows us these are your limits and only the odd few make a breakthrough, okay? I feel this month you're really looking at any restrictions, glass ceilings, or limitations in your life, and you're smashing through that. You're not allowing yourself to remain stuck doing the same old thing. I feel like you're breaking out. You're going to be that person who like breaks out of the humdrum or elevates, liberates yourself from a situation by coming out of a comfort zone and taking a leap of faith. The Seven of Pentacles, you've been working really hard towards something and you just feel like you're never quite there, or you're seeing small pockets of success in your life, but it's not the big stuff that you're looking for. The Seven of Pentacles does tell me that you are finding an alternative strategy, or you're at a crossroads right now and you need to make a decision. And your decision really is that you're going to be very successful and you're going to manifest what it is you truly desire, and you're working hard towards it, or you're taking steps towards it, but you're having the courage to admit what is no longer for you, and you're cutting that out so it doesn't stifle you anymore. So I feel you're really contemplating a big change in your life and you're freeing yourself up. It's almost like you're going back to reimagine what might be, and then you're making it happen. So I feel this is a very positive time for you. In terms of the Seven of Pentacles and your finances, I feel some of you may open yourself up to alternative strategies of savings. I feel you're becoming very financially independent, or at least comfortable, and I feel that you're going to be building upon that as well. But do be mindful that there could be a surprise bill this month, because you know, when it's to do with the car, I feel like it's something that you're aware of, but I am picking up a surprise bill showing up. So let me just pull a card on that. Again, no matter the surprise bill, I feel like you will rejuvenate your finances, but I am picking up on a surprise bill. Four of Pentacles, Seven of Swords, and the Devil card. Okay, Two of Pentacles. Okay, so what I see here is, you know, don't avoid this bill. Don't put your head in the sand. If, for example, you can't pay something this month because it is a surprise bill, contact the provider and they will give you some time. You'll work out a plan, a payment plan, okay? But if you just ignore it, then it's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger, okay? Now, I'm only feeling that for about 15% energy coming through. The rest of you beautiful Aquarians, I see that it may worry you briefly, but I do see that you'll be able to shuffle some finances around to make it work, and long term you're going to be able to save, okay? I feel like you're on a financial grounding that is solid. You've got this, okay? You're in control, but you may need to dip into your savings briefly to pay this unexpected bill. I hate giving that message. I don't like giving it, but I got to be honest with the energy that's coming through. So forearmed, you know, forewarned is forearmed. That's the sentence, okay? Now also, some of you, Now, I need to put this in a certain way. Some of you may have some sort of addiction that perhaps you're going to be really looking at this month. It could be addiction to food. It could be addiction to a person. It could be addiction to connecting to people who are emotionally unavailable. It could also be that you're connected to a very toxic working environment or a toxic friendship. I feel right now you're really thinking about quietly removing yourself from situations that disappoint you. I feel like you're fed up of giving people the benefit of the doubt. I really feel there's an energy here of you checking out of something. And I feel that you've got lots of options of how to do this, but I feel this energy of like privacy, like just going off grid or withdrawing. Maybe that's because of your 12th house influence, but I feel like you're going to be able to take control of that area. So if, for example, you're deciding to put yourself on a no carbs diet, I'm just pulling this out of the hat. I'm not saying you have to go on a no carbs diet. Carbs are important. To have a balanced everything in your body is important. But if you've decided you wanted to cut something out of your life that's really tempting, I feel you actually gain control over it. It no longer has control over you. You control it. And I feel like you're concentrating on other things this month and you won't even miss it. That's what I'm picking up on. Also, I feel there's an energy here of being really busy this month, doing a lot of multitasking, being very productive, okay? And you are working really hard to save and put yourself in a very self-sufficient position. But you may be tempted to, in some way, like ignore emails or move away from your responsibilities in some way because you just want to have fun. Now, of course, that's important, but if there's anything that's really pressing, don't leave it. There may be a deadline in something. So for example, if you're like, you see like a delivery of like a lot of mail and you just like put it to the side and go, you know what, I'll deal with that tomorrow, or I'll deal with that later. And then life gets busy, you forget about the mail. There may be something in that mail that's really important. Same with emails and, texting people back, for example. Sometimes I do it myself. A text message comes in and I'm like, oh yeah, I'll respond to that person in a minute. And then something else happens. And then like 4 days later, I'm like, oh, hey. And I respond to the message and they're like, I needed to know that like 4 days ago. And I was like, oh, I meant to text you and I thought I did, but I didn't. So I feel it's important to be a little more focused this month on getting stuff done. We do have the Fool card as your outcome energy, which really is about taking that leap of faith to come out of a comfort zone and, experience new things. You have a lot of potential and this month is going to be very exciting, especially at the end of the month. There's going to be a lot of fun available for you. I really feel there's a spring in your step and you're opening yourself up to new paths and new beginnings in some areas of your life. Now, everybody can't have a new beginning every month, okay? But I really get a sense here that you're finding a new approach to the way that you do things. So whether that is a diet or whether it is, buying a new car or whether it is, focusing on looking at new houses or property, real estate, or whether you're thinking about new countries or new horizons or even new working environments, I really get a sense here of regeneration. And they're actually showing me a starfish in the water as well. Thank you so much. I'm truly grateful. They're giving me that a starfish is actually a signifier of an ability to renew yourself. Thank you so much. I'm truly grateful. So for example, you may be focused on things like reversing the signs of aging is what they're giving me, by cutting out things that perhaps make you look a bit more tired. If you have any ailments, you may be seeking out more natural remedies. Also, starfish actually represent good luck, prosperity, and it's a lucky omen. So I definitely look out for starfish in the month of July. It could be on a billboard, could be on someone's tattoo, could be on a TV series or a documentary. Starfishes indicate some sort of wish being delivered to you, or stars are aligning to guide you to where you're meant to be. I mean, also Aquarius, the star in the major tarot, the major arcana represents your sign. So the starfish is important as well. And they're also giving me about heightened senses this month. for you. So like sound may seem a little bit louder, or your eyesight seems like super fresh, or you know, if you're in a room and there's like a weird smell, you'll smell it before everybody else, and nobody else will be able to smell it, and you're like, I can't identify, where is it, you know? So I feel like your senses are going to be super heightened this month. Now the Fool card also indicates taking a risk on something. It'll be a calculated risk, especially since you've been doing so much thinking. You're taking some time out to really strategize on the next part of your journey. And I really feel that you're surrendering to the process. It's like you know where you want to go, but you may not know how to get there, but you trust that the universe will bring you to where you need to be, and you'll be right, you will. Now, the Five of Pentacles at the end of the month, I would say make sure you've got the right vitamins in your diet, the right food, because there is a potential here to, you know, have a seasonal cold. I'm also seeing like hay fever, asthma energy coming up as well here. So just watch out for that at the end of the month, especially if you're maybe traveling to a destination that's like super hot for holiday that's just coming up there briefly. The Five of Pentacles indicates the struggle, that you're longing for something and that you feel there's hardship in your life in some way. Some of you may feel that you're, you know, walking away from things that make you feel like left out in the cold. So if it's a clique at work, or, you know, a neighbor who makes you, gives you the heebie-jeebies, or if it's a member of the community that makes things difficult for you, or a family member who is always playing the victim, I really get a sense here that you're finding a way to help them, but at the same time detach a little bit from the situation. I'm just going to pull a card on the Five of Pentacles for you, because the Five of Pentacles can also indicate an alternative form of abundance. You know, sometimes we have a lot of resources available to us that are not tapped into. So I feel like you've got a lot of talent and gifts that you've been given, and creativity is a strength of yours. So there could be a craft or a talent or a project that you could start working on that would make more money for you. It may be a second stream of income that you decide to set up, or you're becoming an entrepreneur. I actually see a major sense of independence this month as well. But there may be something that you've overlooked in your life, or it may be something that perhaps you've been contemplating for some time and you feel like you don't have the resources to set it up or start. But with the Emperor at the end of the month, along with the Knight of Cups, it tells me that you actually have a lot to offer. You're in a really good position, and that the universe is going to bestow some benevolence upon you to help you in your endeavors. Okay, so we have the Empress and the Page of Cups. Now, the Empress really is, at grassroots, is about having confidence in who you are. There's a new version of yourself, and I really feel that you need to have confidence in your self-worth and what you bring to the table. Also, the Empress energy tells me, and male or female, not a gender-specific reading, it tells me that time in nature will help you, you know, realize what it is you want to connect to. It reinstates your level of passion, and you have a lot of potential to manifest whatever it is you desire. I also feel that you're nourishing yourself with goodness and really connecting to things that are either organic or are really healthy for you. So it's almost like you're in a different mindset as you move throughout July. Also, with the Page of Cups, this could be you really, when you get the Page of Cups, it's like remembering that fun side of you, even though you're maturing, and, you know, life has a way of either knocking us down or making us feel jaded. We don't get excited about the things that we used to. So I feel this is about you rediscovering that playful side of yourself, and, you know, also getting to know yourself on a deeper level, because the Page of Cups can also be about, you know, the beginning of intimacy, like really getting to know yourself after a period of taking some time away, getting to know your heart a little bit more, because life is very loud and very fast. You know, we've got lots of information being streamed to us via our phones or TV or radio, and life is really busy. We're always on the go, always on the move. We don't give ourselves time to really pause and check in with our feelings or with our, you know, what's going on within ourselves. So I feel this month is a really great month to do that. Now, if you are looking for love, I feel it doesn't matter your age. And again, it's not gender specific, but I do feel there's a potential for a partnership this month, for you to meet someone. I mean, you got the Emperor and the Empress, which means, you know, a divine union here, and the Page of Cups represents, you know, a new offer, or someone being very flirty with you, someone who their purpose is romance, and I feel like there could be messages back and forth between you and someone new. There's also the Knight of Cups here, which again indicates love. Now, this reading's not meant to be about love, but I do feel with the Two of Cups, the Page of Cups, the Emperor and the Empress, and the Knight of Cups, it tells me that love could be on your mind, or there's an attraction building between you and someone in the month of July, okay? But ultimately at grassroots, I feel this is more about you loving life, or finding that lust for life again, and being encouraged to experience excuse me, experience new things and new people in order to be feeling more fulfilled in life, okay? Now, the Emperor energy is a very serious energy. That's why I feel like you're getting those cards to remember to have fun. The history of the Emperor card, there used to be a little fool in the background that was always a little reminder that, you know, life can get really serious sometimes, and we have a lot of responsibilities on our shoulders, but it's important to find balance and have fun, and sometimes laugh at ourselves, laugh at life. You know, it's difficult. I know it's totally difficult. When I go through major periods of stress and strain, and we all have them, we all have ups and downs, life is not always plain sailing, but sometimes it's like, you know what, come on, we got to lighten up a little bit, because otherwise we'll just be these stress heads that go through life, you know, missing the moment, because sometimes we need to find that level of happiness in the present moment. And I feel that's something that maybe you'll be contemplating this month as well. Ultimately, the month sees you being in charge of your circumstances, being very successful, focusing on goals and smashing those goals out of the park. This is really also about you thinking about the bigger picture, the plan, strategically planning for the future, and gaining respect in all areas of your life. I definitely see leadership roles opening up for you, or if you're trying to set up a second stream of income or even become your own boss, I definitely see that you're going to take that leap of faith and you're going to be so successful. Yes, it's going to take effort, okay, but I also feel like it's really rewarding. The Knight of Cups, I feel an offer of something that you will love comes in from the universe this month, and I feel that you'll raise a glass, literally raise a glass to something that you accomplish this month. You're going to be very, very excited about that. The Knight of Cups also is like not just about romance, but it's a call to fall in love with yourself. The cup of love starts with the self first. So I feel like you're learning to love all parts of yourself, even the parts of yourself that perhaps you didn't love in the past. And I feel like you're going places. And it's really a call also to, I feel like you're being encouraged to follow your pleasure or follow your bliss. You know, use your imagination. You have a lot of potential. There's a lot of opportunity opening up to you, and you can do this. You're a go-getter, and I definitely see there's a lot of wonderful things coming your way. But something that you feel like you don't have in your life, that you lost out on, or it was a missed opportunity, I feel like something even bigger is being offered to you in its place, and you're going to almost forget about the past. Like, that wasn't meant for you. You're evolving, and there's something wonderful being offered to you this month that will set you free, lead you on a new adventure, and I feel some wonderful, exciting things are coming in. There may even be some contracts there as well, because I see more paperwork, books, and signing things. That's shown up twice now. So if some of you are being offered a contract, if you work for a company and they're merging and they're offering a new contract because there's a merge, Be a little bit mindful about your benefits if you do get any benefits, because you may miss out on them, because it's almost like you're restarting or you're starting from scratch in that position because it's a new contract. So read the fine print. And if there's something you're not happy with, either negotiate a better deal or find a better deal elsewhere. I would say, you know, you're having a calculated risk. So I feel you're actually weighing up your options before you take that leap of faith. You're not leaving yourself in a position without. So definitely strategizing. We've got the chest there. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Aquarians? What do they need to know? Okay. So we have chess, money, strategy, wise spending, long game, military, leader, or thinking it through. And I definitely see you thinking something through before you take action on it. So I feel like there's a directional change in your life regarding your major journey. This month you're in a transition period, and you're exploring all your options before you take action on your next move. We've also got pendulum, fluctuating income. So I definitely picked up on, you know, there's going to be, you know, some sort of bill or money that you'll have to pay out, but it will come back. The money will come back to you. Indecision, new strategy, seasonal work, job change, making choices. Okay, so you're weighing up your options. Also, we've got anchor. Okay, and interesting, they're giving me a sense that I have a stone in my shoe, even though I don't have any shoes on right now. A stone in my shoe. Now, what is that about? Now, either you are listening to this reading and suddenly you're like, oh, I got a stone in my shoe, or you tend to be the person who always finds the stone in your shoe. I'm just trying to check in with the energy. Now, it could be that you're building or creating a solid foundation of stability for you and your family, but it's hard. You've been enduring an uncomfortable situation in order to get there in the first place. So it could be that you're working in a very difficult environment, but you know you need to continue because it pays the bills, or you're working hard towards something, but it's been uncomfortable. I mean, when you get a stone in your shoe, it's uncomfortable. So it's like releasing the pressure in some way. I could also indicate pay close attention to your foot health, to your feet, okay? Because feet, they are like an overall general indication of how your body is functioning. So if you've got some ailment on your feet, maybe it's worth checking it out. Maybe you're going for reflexology or something. So I'm just going to leave it like that because it's so random. And it's got nothing to do with this card. So I'm not sure why it's shown up in the water, but I have to give you the images that show up, because if I don't, then the energy gets stuck and I can't continue to read. But it says here, money blocks, being stuck, financially sound. Or maybe that's what it is. When you're walking and you get a stone in your shoe, suddenly you stop because you have to alleviate yourself from that stone before you proceed. So maybe it's like there's something in your life that has ground you to a halt recently. You've been feeling stuck and now you're breaking out of that cycle. It says water related, travel, stable for now. Okay. So definitely picked up on travel there for you. Some of you may go overseas. We do have the swords. I mean, this is the second time you've got two swords crossing, so you're conflicted about something, having to make a decision on something, and you may feel a little bit stuck in some area of your life, and you're trying to be really flexible and decide your next move. It says money conflicts, cutting corners, a breakthrough, law and order, pay cut, defense, being fired. Now, if you have been fired before you've come to this reading, then I definitely see that there's a new opportunity coming in for you right at the end of the month that is going to be so much more rewarding than anything you've ever done before, and it will bring more money. And for those of you, I picked up on an energy of you perhaps entering a new position that maybe will not pay, it either pays the same money or just a little bit less, but long term, I feel it brings more money. Okay, so I definitely see that, you know, things are going to be working in a more positive way for you later on. We also have gears. So that really connects to cars. Maybe that's what's wrong with the car. The gear is stuck, or there's something going on with the gear. Maybe it makes a grounding sound when you move it. So please take it as it resonates. That's only if you've got a car. It says here, money flow, hard work, putting plans in motion, building, team, taking some time off, and security. And all those energies came up in your reading. So that's positive to know that I'm definitely connecting to the right energy. We've got direction. So again, this is really about your true life's calling and making some major planning. It says finding your way, study, mentor, career search, many jobs, diverging paths. So that's really about, you know, finding the alternative route. They're actually giving me the road not taken. The road not taken. So perhaps there's something you haven't explored yet that you will be exploring this month. We've got full cup. Now that normally connects to an Ace of Cups. So again, if you're looking for love, or you know, you're in a relationship, this month is all about love and romance. Remember, right at the end of the month, because we do have that clash between Uranus and Venus, there is the potential for people in long-term relationships just to feel a little bit like, I don't know, a little bit tense. There may be a little bit of bickering going on there, but it's nothing major. It will pass quite quickly and it will get resolved. It says here, seeking the Holy Grail. So that's this sense of something's missing. Life's mission, your greatest desire, a thirst for more and feeling fulfilled. And that's definitely the path that I feel that you're on this month. There's definitely some really good news for you coming in, okay? It's definitely around about the 3rd week into the 4th week of July for you in particular. We've got helping hand. Giving and getting support, reaching out, financial aid, donate, charity work, or loan. So I definitely see you paying off repayment loans, or I feel that some of you are going to be dipping into your savings this month for something, but it does get replenished is what I am picking up on. And some of you may even try to learn a little bit more about your finances. Now, they're giving me a book in the water. I almost don't want to mention it because it's kind of like perhaps advertising someone, and I'm not here to advertise anybody's product, okay? But maybe someone's just purchased this, or maybe someone was contemplating purchasing it, or maybe they just bought it. They're showing me a book in the water. It's Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Okay, so some of you may be looking at that, or trying to manage your finances, or learn more about building wealth. You know what? I can't remember who writes it or wrote it. And the way that they're showing me in the water is they're showing me the title up close. It's almost like I can't see the bottom. What I can see, because it's kind of like on the side, it's like I can see Robert. I think it's Robert because it's like R-O, I think that's a B. They're giving me on the side. So Robert. Now, you know, in the back of my mind, I think I want to say Robert Kiyosaki. I'm probably saying that gentleman's name wrong, so I'm just going to not say that because I'm just going to take that back. I'm probably wrong, but that's the book that I can see. So either some of you may be reading that, or have started reading it and put it down and are going to really pick it back up again in the month of July. Now we've also got service. So this is like a busy bee. You're going to be very productive this month, getting your tasks done. And it says thrive in community. So getting out there, connecting to new people or new experiences, maybe picking up a new hobby, or being in a very creative phase where you put yourself in a company of like-minded people, or people who share similar goals. Do your part, benefits for all, and the sweet life. So sweet reward. I feel like you're very busy and you're going to be rewarded for it, okay? So I'm just going to go and get a trinket before we close. We've got the musical notes, which means you are changing frequencies, or you're in a frequency of the law of attraction. You're matching what you're putting out. So some of you also, you will manifest quicker when you have music on. Also, music will help you heal your soul or create a calmness in your world. And if you are a performer, or you used to play music and you lapse and you've been thinking about picking up the guitar again, or you know, going back to the piano, or even learning these things, I definitely get a sense that music is important for you. Pay close attention to songs, because every song that you are sent to listen to, whether it's you're in the mall and it's suddenly playing over the tannoy, or even in your car, or even like on your play shuffle, if something pops up out of the blue, there is a message for you in that. So listen to all songs that come towards you this month in particular, okay? So I'll leave it there. I hope something resonates in that reading for you, my beautiful Aquarians. If it does, please like or subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press a little bell that lets you know when I update my next message. It lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is so important for me too. Thank you so much, my beautiful Aquarians. Love and light.